I'm in the Bell 407 at Brewarrina in New South Wales far west, and looking for the wild gooseberries. So let's get on the road. Put in some left pedal, get ready to pull back on the stick. No, push forward on the stick. Addict Collective, and up we go. Right, better keep the left foot on that pedal or we'll be going backwards. There we go, to get some trim in, forward trim, a couple of clicks. We're good. So typical outback terrain, flat as a billiard table. And we're looking at the inland sea, 63 million years too late. Okie doke, we're on the way. So it used to be a big port, believe it or not. Not 63 million years ago, only about 100 years ago. And the river boats would take wool from here all the way down to Adelaide in South Australia. Hard to imagine now. Let's follow the road into town. Staying away from the power lines over there. Really catching a light today, that's cool. And what have we got here? Unbelievable, we've got, what do you call them? Oh, I thought they were hang gliders. No, they're flying cars, that's alright. Right, makes more sense. Harry Potter conventions in town, I think. Now watch out for these power lines, yeah, will look good. So yeah, this is the river that river boats travel thousands of miles with produce down to the southern coast of Australia. Amazing. Right, so we've got 4 miles to the first waypoint, which is intersection of Goodooga Road and the Kamilaroi Highway. There's Brewarrina. We'll come back and have a look around at the end of the flight. Right, this is the road we're following, across the river. Goodooga Road. Watch the power lines once again. Add a bit of power there. Right. Past the ponds. Bit of traffic on the road today. As you can see, super flat terrain. And very dry. .6 miles to go. Bit of a race going on there. There's the river slightly north of us. So we're heading, where's my compass? Yeah, we're heading northeast. Doing about 90 knots roughly. Just sitting on about 200 feet above the ground. I'm going to reset my altimeter because it says 600 feet. It's above sea level, which ain't much use to us out here. So this intersection, I believe, is at the bridge, or near the bridge. Just checking here, it's waypoint 1. Yep, that's it. Waypoint 1. Oh yes, it's coming up. So the Kamilaroi Highway, it goes off to the right there. We're going to continue up more northerly direction. Yep, there's their intersection. We're going up this way. Very smooth. What's the temperature? It's pretty warm out here today. It is, yeah, 31 degrees Celsius. It's nearing 100 Fahrenheit. I seem to remember. Right, so waypoint 2 is intersection of Goodooga Road and Narran Lake Road. Right, then we're going to turn right, follow Narran Lake Road northeast to Narran Lake for 10 miles to Narran Lake. Yep. Yeah, very flat. Good place to practice low-level stuff in a jet, I think. There's not many things to hit. I'm going to climb a bit here. I think I can see the intersection. It's 0.7 miles. Where is it? 0.6. It's got to be right. It's near that reservoir there. Yes. So that's a good landmark. Cool. Righto, let's press on. So turning right, following Narran Lake Road. A bit more collective, and let's climb a bit. Incredible expanses out here. It's quite a stretch, this one. It's 20 miles, so yeah, 18 miles to go. Well, let's press on. Keep climbing. I'm going through 500 feet. What's the time? It's 9:44 a.m. Let's go to the skid camera. If I pan around to the south, let's go to the left skid. Yeah, it's all pretty flat. So we've got the river coming across to join the lake. I'd say that'd be the lake. Would that be it? It's hard to see. Could be mirage. Let's keep climbing, coming up to 800 odd feet. $900. Right, here's a dried up watering hole for the stock. Is that the lake we're seeing up ahead, or is it just, or is it not? I think it is. No, we've got quite a ways to go. And Narran Lake is actually off to the right of the waypoint. So it's an intersection with a road which leads southeast past the lake. That's what we're looking for. And it's still 14 miles out, so it's an intersection just like this one. Anyway, it gives us an opportunity to reflect on the meaning of life. Isolation, little house down there, little house on the prairie. So that might be a lake at certain times of the year on the left there. Just watch our speed, we're getting a little bit fast. I'll convert that to altitude. Oop, there's another water hole. Let's go back to the right cam. Keep climbing. See if I can spot the lake. Now we're reaching almost 1,000 feet. 11 miles to go. So we should see it about 1 o'clock eventually. Gives you an appreciation for the size of the planet, that's for sure. So this is definitely an I follow roads flight up to now. We do follow a river later in the flight. The water hole to the right. That gives you a good snapshot of what, because there's a lot of livestock which is nurtured out here, and it's a pretty tough environment. You can see where they come to get water. Like there. Right, let's try to get that altitude happening. Keep coming back to my 500 feet. And we are 8 miles. Right, we can start to see the lake now. Climbing, yep, getting back to 1,000 feet. I want to get to 1,500. Just tapping the trim control, the trim hat. There's another watering area. Back to the right cam. 6 miles to the turn off. Right, so the lake is coming into view. Oh, let's get this altitude up, come on. Let's climb. So that'll be waypoint 3. And then it's a long run down the east side of that lake. past an airstrip, and then on the return southern leg of the trip, it's actually quite different to this. It's very green, lots of irrigation, and river, the Darling River. There we can see the moisture content increasing in the soil now. Alright, we've got to 1500 feet. Great. Yeah, so we get to see more of the patterns, geometric shapes from up here. It's better than any Jackson Pollock, I'll tell you that. Okay, so 3.6 miles to the turnoff. Right, let's descend a bit, and I'll probably land at that point and make a cuppa, break open the thermos, have a few lamingtons. So throttle right back, just watch the speed, and let's jump back in the pit. We're still sitting on 100 knots at the moment. Come down to 60 knots, but there's no collective. Collective back in, and now come to a sudden hover. Righto. Get my feet back in the game. Cancel all that trim. Right. You get lulled into a sense of complacency when you're cruising along like that. Suddenly we've got to fly again. Okay, now it's coming back to me. There's an intersection there. I think at this next bend is the next one, 1.5 miles. Let's see. The lake's over yonder. Yes, it's hard to see from 200 feet. It's only a couple of miles away. The lake, I mean, it's very hard to see at low level. Now this intersection, I believe it's coming up. Yep, okay, there it is. It's kind of a light coloured dirt road. That's it, 0.7 miles. Yeah, we might as well sit next to the lake. I think it's a bit dry and forbidding out here. And nothing to look at really. Right, so there's waypoint 3. Let's head to the lake. Narran Lake. Oh, we've got some civilization. Now, how far away point for 8 miles? Okay. I'm going to stop here, the north edge of the lake, northern shore. Hi guys, lovely day. Maybe near these trees might be a bit of shade there. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Right, let's see if there's any clearing in there. Doesn't look like it. Okay, just to the south then. There's a kind of a track there too. Yep, around about here I reckon. And we're just about down. Yeah. Whew. Always scares me that last bit. Right, we'll stop here, have a cuppa, a few lamingtons, and then press on.